if they go forward as expected and they sign the treaty in early April, it does, I think, three things. First of all, it's a great scene center for the April Nuclear Security Summit that President Obama is going to host in Washington, April 12 and 13. He can then say, look, we and the Russians have done this big step. Now let's get down. There'll be 45 global leaders here. Let's talk about how we're going to work together and secure nuclear materials, because we don't want highly enriched uranium getting into the hands of terrorists. The second impact will be in May. The Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty in May has its review conference. And the Non-Proliferation Treaty has this basic bargain. The bargain is nuclear weapon states agree to disarm, and non-nuclear weapon states agree not to acquire nuclear weapons. What the United States would like to have happen at that review conference is that we tighten the non-proliferation regime. We make it harder for other countries to acquire nuclear weapons. And this treaty is going to enhance the credibility of the American delegation. They can say, we're doing our part. Now let's work to figure out ways to put more impediments to states that want to acquire nuclear weapons. And the last point is, typically, if you look over the last 30 to 40 years, when there's been an arms control agreement between Washington and Moscow, it's tended to give a positive impulse to the broader relationship. And I think the White House is hoping that this helps improve U.S.-Russia relations. The reset, I would argue, has made quite a bit of progress in terms of turning that relationship around over the last year. And what I'm sure they're hoping in the White House is, with a better relationship, maybe that will help them get more Russian cooperation on issues such as Afghanistan and stopping Iran's nuclear weapon.